so young. And whatever had broken all these people, it hadn't broken him.
In the aftermath, Dvorak remained stationed in Elysium City, working in the refugee camps. From the first day, John stepped up to help Gabriella with her duties. She came to know him well over the next several months.
There was a point when he told me about his parents, that they'd been abducted along with him. He didn't say much, but they didn't make it.
Her understanding was that it had gotten ugly in there. They died a couple days apart, a few weeks before the liberation, and John was there when it happened. On the rare occasion when John opened up about this, Dvorak says it was memorable.
He would get this look on his face when he talked about it. It's hard to describe. I'd see it on him other times too. He seemed to feel the weight of all that had happened, but still, he was calm. Not angry, not desperate, just
This is so
resolute.
creepy.
Mm-hmm.
He was a remarkable young man.
Like so many people at the time in Elysium City and throughout this region of the galaxy, John had lost his home, his family, everything. People packed up whatever they had left, got out of town, and most never looked back. But Dion Govender, John's boxing coach, said many of them found a way to get some measure of closure.
Yeah, definitely. We all got separated and spread out across the planet and the colonies, but some of us were able to cobble together a list of names. I don't know, kind of a memorial that grew longer as we got more information. Yeah, I remember seeing John's parents' names on the list early on, but not John. After he missed that last practice, never saw him again, but I remember thinking, that's okay. You know, as long as I never see his name on this list, that's okay. And I never did.
His will to survive left an impression on then-Lieutenant Gabriella Dvorak as well.
I think John just didn't want to be a victim anymore. I remember him telling me he was going to enlist. He said he was going to make a difference. I've never been more sure of another person than I was of him when he said that.
Out of the chaos of war, from the rubble, a young John was able to forge a purpose for himself. A purpose that would drive him to become the hero the galaxy would one day need him to be. This is the kind of turn in a story that gives me patriotic goosebumps. I was feeling genuinely moved on my trip back home. When I got there, though, Ellie Bloom was going to ruin all that for me.
Hey, I just wanted to follow up with you about your story. I'm really confused.
Okay, what's...
Remember how I said I was going to tell my friend Katrina about it?
Katrina was that other girl in John's neighborhood, the third wheel in Ellie's childhood stories of playing with John. Ellie had moved off planet in 2517, but Katrina had stayed.
She said that John was dead. He died when he was 6.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What?
John was perfectly healthy, but then he just started
Yep.
wasting away. At
No.
first, they thought maybe it was some immune
Oh,
thing,
plot
and they thought it
thickens.
was
I'll
something
talk
else, and then
about what I'm
something else,
thinking
and
in a
meanwhile,
minute
he's getting all
after
these
the
tests, but
episode.
the doctors couldn't figure it out at all, and his parents were panicking.
I'm heckling Oni.
It sounded horrible.
This
Then
just has my favorite
John
little
died.
shout out, that's all.
Just like that.
Oh, sorry.
I had no idea what to make of this. Ellie seemed convinced, though, so I got her to put me in touch with her friend Katrina. Katrina wouldn't let me record the interview, but this woman was adamant. I wanted to discount what she was saying, but she seemed to remember it so vividly, providing extensive detail, I couldn't ignore it. As far as this person was concerned, John was dead. Before I could even begin to wrap my head around that claim, though, here was the kicker from Katrina. John's parents were alive and well in Elysium City, all the way up until Katrina left the planet in 2528. 4 years after their supposed death. She was wrong. She had to be thinking of someone else, or she was lying. Why would she lie, though? I had to admit she seemed pretty convincing, but it didn't make sense otherwise. I still thought I could fix the story, though. Make the pieces fit. Make it make sense. But what I didn't realize was that this crack was only the beginning, and the whole ugly mess was
Bastard.
about to split open. please join me?
Oh,
You
in the
okay
next
over there?
episode of Hunt the Truth.
yeah. Want me to stop it?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, it's the end of the episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the music to go. Chief is
Oh, let me talk about Chief. You talk about the other thing.
okay. Just so the Unto the Breach, which okay. So Jennifer, who the heck?
Tell me you got some.
Jen Hale.
Jen Hale.
Jennifer Hale.
Yeah.
As Dvorak. Yeah.
Yeah, Dvorak. She's Palmer, who you'll meet in 4. So she plays Palmer, but her character ship is in Unto the Breach, and the ship class is the the Autumn class,
Autumn class.
which is a shout out to the very first ship we meet in Halo, which is the Pillar of Autumn. I may have a thing for that ship. That's a very long story.
I ship you with the ship.
Thank you. But this is the episode that I had my big moment in.
I'm sorry, did I ruin it by talking? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I forgot that was this was the episode, that's all.
I felt that you felt it. I felt it in your heart.
It's okay.
Yeah, let me talk about Master Chief then, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Master Chief is not set up as super duper shonen protag in any other part of canon. There are times when he is idolized, but for the most part, Halo humanizes him. And in fact, one of my favorite parts of, correct me if I'm wrong, Knight, it's First Strike, where he has the talk with Halsey.
Yes.
About Johnson, right?
Yes. Because it's
there's a beautiful moment in First Strike where you see Chief begin to question his humanity. Now, a lot of people actually think he doesn't start tackling the issue of his humanity until Halo 4. A lot of people really think that. The fact of the matter is, he started in a book ages ago when Catherine Halsey gave him a choice, and he had to decide what route he would take and find his own morality. That was a big deal. The thing about Chief, though, in this, Ben's goal, as stated in the prologue, is he is writing a story about how Master Chief is a super duper precious, perfect shonen protag, and how he is the hero of the people who did everything he should. Master Chief's existence within Halo in universe is that he is the hero. He's, the guy that you're gonna see on the posters for, join up for the military or whatever kind of a thing. He is the model, the perfect soldier. And so the whole point of Hunt the Truth at this point in it is to have set up the in-world view of Master Chief. So it's not our view of Master Chief as an outside audience with him as this bad. He's a little bit of Captain America, but not quite as pure and pretty. But he this is supposed to be the opposite, and this is supposed to, I think, as it progresses, shatter the in-world conception of Master Chief. For both of us, I think, listening to this the first go round, the way Master Chief was treated, Captain America symbolism, I gotcha.
Yeah.
The way Chief is treated, what was I saying, in universe, was quite shocking to both of us. Not that we didn't know it was that way, but the presentation of it was rather shocking, because it's such a disconnect from the way we look at it, especially as having read most of the many, there's all these new ones that just came out, many of the books. So do you agree with that it was kind of like jarring, but in a good way?
Yeah, it's not surprising when you think about it, but I'm also a Jacob fan and a Miranda fan, so the kind of view of it, I've always had to look at it from that perspective anyway, of how these people looked at.
Yeah, and I get the in-universe perspective, like I've understood that, but my personal perspective too is especially different from a lot of people's, I think, because I am so into Catherine and have read all of her stuff.
It's a
Um,
it's a big it's different, and it very heavily depends on who your favorite characters are, how much of a disconnect it was, I think.
yeah, and it's not, and it's again, it's not that it was surprising that that is the attitude in universe because we knew that. It's more the presentation of it is so different from anywhere else in Halo.
Yeah.
And it is so beautifully done. That's one of the reasons I think that we love the series, and the people behind it are just so freaking brilliant in the way that they presented this picture that is opposite the outside perspective. Now you're going to get the fanboys who are like, oh, Master Chief, da-da-da-da, which is valid. Totally valid. But the in-universe conception of him is, you know, gosh, Rosie the Riveter, you know.
It is. Yeah.
Captain America is a good comparison.
Superman.
But Superman, a symbol, a mysterious symbol. Superman is a pretty good one. Or
Superman's a really
like
dumb.
Spider-Man almost, but Spider-Man is more like fun.
No,
Chief is not fun.
Chief is not Spider-Man.
Chief is not fun.
Chief is not Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I'm sorry. I just broke some like copyright laws or something by singing
We're
one
good.
word.
We're good.
We're good. Okay, I'm sorry.
We're good.
I'm sorry, Marvel. Yeah, no, but the Captain America is a fair assessment or a fair comparison to Chief.
God, I haven't played Halo in ages.
But yeah, it's. I don't think it's supposed to be like annoying. I just think it's supposed to be kind of jarring. For me, when I first listened.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for me, when I first listened to it, I was kind of, because of the way they set it up, I will openly admit this, and I really hope certain people hear this just for this one line. Like, can we separate this out?
I can highlight it.
When I first listened to it, I was so mad. I was so pissed off with the handling of Master Chief. I was just like, I cannot believe they're taking this bend. I can't believe how they're revealing stuff. I can't believe who they're throwing under the bus.
Oh yeah, she was pissed.
And then as the story evolved, I was so mad. I didn't want to listen to more. I was like, God damn it, bruh! And
this was beautiful because she was pissed.
You convinced me to keep going. And I mean, from moment one, I was like, they're gonna throw certain characters under the bus, they're gonna screw these people over, blah, blah, blah. And the way the story unfolds is just, they punked me so bad. I'm gonna spoil just that one thing. They punked me. Oh,
they punked all of us.
It takes a turn that you don't expect, and in an interesting way. I think that's why we were so passionate, actually, about sitting down and doing a re-listen and not really a review, but a discussion, because it is so different from anything else.
And like, I listen to a lot of audio stories, so Hunt the Truth is really awesome for me in that regard. So I keep wanting to go back to it. It's one of those series I like going back to, and I
as far as re-listening value, it is very high up. Yeah. It's up there with Sapphire and Steel for me, which none of you know. But
probably
it's up there as far as listenability, and the dramatic presentation and the solid writing and acting.
It's a viral video type of thing. It's a viral marketing campaign. But it's got the production value of a lot of these guys, like Big Finish. If you guys listen to any of the Big Finish stuff, it's really awesome.
Yeah. I guess, admittedly, at the beginning, I was worried that not that it wouldn't do well, but that it wouldn't be well received by people who are just casual Halo fans. I feel like I was proved completely wrong, and I'm really happy about that. I am incredibly happy with the success of this, and how, as you will see as it progresses, the way that it draws you in and destroys your soul repeatedly, and is like an emotional vampire of a series.
Yeah.
I cried and screeched so many times during this.
Oh my god, wait.
Casuals.
Yes.
The comment in chat just was